What's going on, y'all, man? It's LA Rich, and we back with another video, man. And look, today we got a newcomer on this channel, man. A newcomer who has never been on this channel, and it's my first time hearing about him as well. We have Douglas Murray, or Murray. I'm gonna go with Murray. Douglas Murray singing. I said singing. With the video being titled "Big Fat Ugly Bloke Obliterates." Douglas Murray I'm all over the place. Obliterates Sam Smith and woke trans activists. Now, this is my first time reacting to him. I had people in the comments tell me to react to him as well on one of my other videos. This is the guy y'all had, one of the guys y'all had requested me to react to. Now, as far as Sam Smith, I think I had seen a while. It was a good amount of, like a decent amount of time that has been passed since I seen the video. I think it was Sam Smith performing or something. I see it in this first clip on the video right here. He was performing and he just looked completely different, you know, from what he used to look like, from what he used to act like as well. I mean, well, I don't know how he used to act really, but as in music videos and everything, I would have never guessed this is what he would do this if you were to take me back from what he was doing then, you know, as far as music and all. And I would think he would act like this now. But people change, man. People change, bro. So I want to see what Douglas got to say about him. But before we get into it, what I want to say is thank y'all so much for helping me hit 12.2 thousand subscribers. We're up to 12.3 now. I appreciate y'all so much for all the love and support y'all show me every single day. It truly means the most to me. And nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and get into this video. Y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know some more videos to react to, whether it's from Douglas Murray or anybody else. And I got y'all with it, man. But hey, enough of the talking. Let's do it.
Who occasionally dresses like a hoe and dances like a hoe round a pole, and that
Hold on. That is a way to enter the video.
his feminine side. Well, that's a lovely thing for all the women in the world, isn't it? Isn't that just charming? Whenever you pole dance, that's you representing all the women in the world. Great work.
Douglas Murray is at it again. This time, he calls out and confronts Sam Smith and trans activists. Douglas Murray has been unspoken on the insanity of trans ideology and as a result been met with a lot of hate. In this video, he yet again exposes the mess that is trans ideology. Douglas Murray did not hold back.
Again, something I've talked about a lot in recent years, which is the transformation of our societies from societies that admire and validate heroism into societies that admire and seek to have victimhood. And so the 2IAGQ plus LG bus people are basically a group of people who...
Okay, this dude funny with it. Okay, hold on. What did he just say right there?
LG bus people are basically a group of people who want victimhood. Well, screw that. I'm not a victim. Julie's not a victim. We're not victims. We don't live our lives as victims. But there's a certain type of heterosexual male in particular who wants a bit of the victimhood pie. They have the disaster, and it is a disaster in our era, to be born a white, cis, heterosexual male. They've got this terrifying disadvantage from the first of their life, which is that they can't claim victimhood. But now you can. There was a sort of low-grade lecturer at University of Oxford a few years ago who said that he was congratulated by a student who said, "It's so wonderful to see myself represented by a tutor as a queer student." The tutor in question apparently, I think, put nail polish on or something and is married to a woman. Sorry, you're not queer. You're boringly straight. You're just straight. And that's fine. You know, some of my best friends are straight. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think we should all live and let live. But this guy has realized in our era to be straight, that's not enough. So he thinks, oh, I'll paint my nails and then I'll call myself queer. Sorry. And also for some...
He is telling the truth, man. I hate to say that, bro. I really do. But as far as that topic right there, honestly, I genuinely feel like in today's society, people are making it kind of boring and lame to be straight now. You get what I'm saying? Just this whole world in general. Well, I'm gonna say, I ain't even gonna say world, America in general. it's almost making it, they're making it kind of seem you're being too regular and you need to be out the box if you're a straight person. I hate that, man. I really do.
Of us, queer isn't a nice word. We didn't like hearing that word. We didn't like hearing that word from straight people when it was hurled at gay people in the street, and we don't like it being used by straight people who want a bit of the sodding victimhood pie. And that's what we're seeing.
Central to Murray's argument is the notion that Western culture has undergone a significant transformation in its social value system, wherein being a member of a historically privileged group, such as straight white males, is now often portrayed as a mark of inherent societal guilt. Within this framework, privilege is seen as an original sin that needs atonement, and victimhood, conversely, is elevated to a status of virtue. This cultural shift has profound implications, encouraging a race to the bottom where individuals and groups compete for social recognition and moral authority based on their level of perceived oppression rather than their achievements or character. The rise of transgenderism, in Murray's view, can be partly attributed to this cultural milieu. Transgender individuals, historically marginalized and facing undeniable struggles, are seen within this context as embodying the epitome of victimhood, and therefore a virtue in the eyes of those who subscribe to this cultural narrative. This has led to a broader societal phenomenon where claims of identity, particularly those that diverge from the normative expectations of gender and sexuality, are often uncritically celebrated as acts of courage and authenticity, irrespective of the individual circumstances or complexities involved. Supporting Murray's critique, several studies and commentators have noted the proliferation of a victimhood culture in the West. Sociologists Bradley Campbell and Jason Manning, for instance, argue in their work that contemporary society has shifted from a culture of honor and dignity to a culture of victimhood, where social status is derived from perceived oppression and victimhood claims are a common currency in social interactions. This shift has significant societal implications, including increased sensitivity to slight, a propensity to take offense, and the mobilization of authority figures to address grievances.
Oh, and let's add one other to the list, which is the totally fictitious group that call themselves non-binary. Non-binary means look at me. Look at me. I want attention. I'm coming out as non-binary. And they always say, oh, I've got a big announcement. I've really been, I mean, like, guys, like, I've been like waiting for ages to say this, and I'm trying to build up the courage, but I'm non-binary. You go, well, that's about the biggest boring announcement anyone can make. There is no satisfactory definition of non-binary.
Honestly, the people that do say they're non-binary, I do sometimes think that they are saying that just to be different, or like, oh, look at me, I'm not like the others. You feel me? Because it's almost like the people that are that, they're always saying they're that. You don't hear a guy that's straight always coming out saying, hey guys, I'm straight. You get what I'm saying? But with them, you constantly hear them saying that, bro.
That I've come across apart from look at me. And the idea that I mean, obviously he, her, they, them, Sam Smith, Blair, he constantly announces that he's non-binary. And as Andrew Doyle said, as far as we can see, Sam Smith's idea of being non-binary is that he's a big, fat, ugly bloke who occasionally dresses like a hoe and dances like a hoe round a pole, and that's his feminine side. Well, that's a lovely thing for all the women in the world, isn't it? Isn't that just charming? Whenever you pole dance, that's you representing all the women in the world. Great work. This is the thing, is this is old style. You know, they all think they're breaking boundaries, and they're not. They are reinforcing some of the most intolerably basic boundaries we ever had to contend with. You know, your daughter likes blue, get her on hormone therapy. You know, your son likes reading, girl.
Douglas Murray highlights a contentious issue at the heart of the intersection between trans rights and women's rights, the participation of biological males who identify as female in women's sports. This development is problematic for several reasons. Firstly, it challenges the integrity of women's sports, which was established to provide a fair competitive field, acknowledging the biological differences between men and women. Allowing biological males to compete in women's categories not only upsets this balance, but also potentially jeopardizes the safety and competitive opportunities for biological women athletes. Statistics and instances from the world of sports underscore Murray's concerns. For example, the participation of transgender women in female sports categories has led to significant debates about fairness and equity. Critics argue that biological males, even those undergoing hormone therapy, may retain physical advantages over biological females, such as bone density and muscle mass, which could influence the outcome in competitive sports. Additionally, the issue of women's private spaces, such as changing rooms and shelters, being accessible to biological males identifying as women, is another contentious point raised by Murray. These spaces were fought for as sanctuaries for women, recognizing their right to privacy and protection, especially in contexts where they are most vulnerable. The intrusion into these spaces under the banner of inclusivity raises complex questions about the balance between inclusivity and the right to privacy and safety for women. Supporting Murray's critique, many feminists and women's rights activists have voiced similar concerns. For instance, renowned author J.K. Rowling has publicly expressed worries about the implications of unregulated self-identification of gender on women's spaces and rights, emphasizing the need to strike a balance that respects and protects all individuals' rights and dignities. In the broader cultural context, the rise of victimhood as a valued status in the West plays a significant role in these debates. The competition for victim status detracts from collaborative efforts to address genuine inequalities and injustices experienced by women.
You see, and a part of that too, for like they had said, what was fought for in this country and everything was women having the right to things that were strictly just theirs, as far as changing rooms, bathrooms, stuff like that, right? Now, with males being able to identify, or what can I say, humans being able to identify as whatever they want, that doesn't lead to women having that real right anymore, that privacy that they used to have, because at any point, how can I say this, man? What classifies a human as being able to identify as that? Because I'm gonna just be honest, if you seen a regular man walk in there, right? A regular man, he doesn't look feminine or anything, just a regular man. He walks in there and says, what I mean by walking there, walks in the changing room or walks in the fitting room, a women's one, and says that, hey, I'm a female, I'm going in here. I guarantee you it's going to be an outrage and problem because of that. But if somebody else was to walk in there and then, say they had a man I'm speaking of, say they had a wig on, nails painted, they might be more accepting of it than if it was the other way around. But then it comes again, aren't you able to identify as whatever you want, regardless of what you look like or anything? You see what I'm saying? So it's honestly gonna raise questions overall, bro, which is why none of that should be happening, man, at all. But hey, thank y'all so much for coming to the vid, man. Douglas Murray is funny, bro. This dude is hilarious. I definitely want to react to him more, so y'all let me know some more videos for him to react to, and I got y'all with it, man. And thank y'all for helping me hit 12.2 thousand. We're gonna roll to 12.3 now. I appreciate y'all so much for all the love and support y'all show me every single day. It truly means the most to me. Nonetheless, that's going to close out the video. Y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And it's LA Rich, and I'm getting up out of here. All right, y'all.
I just got the race, I boost it up, cause I'm not real. Shooter ready, go there, ready, blaze, they hit up everyone. Every time I did a give a shit, I still ain't number one. And my pockets filled with money, bitch, like fucking